This is Beer, Beards and Banter, and we are coming at you from London. This is Matt, George and Kapil, and we're going to talk all things beer, beards, and have a bit of a laugh with you. So welcome, we've been drinking together for 4 years now. We love our beer, we love our beards, and we love our banter. Welcome, I hope you enjoy. Welcome to podcast 1 of Beer, Beards and Banter. We thought it'd be great for you to get to know us a little bit today. So we got a few questions. So first question over to you, George. So why do you like beer, and what's the first beer that you ever tried?
Yeah, cheers, Matt. And I'm just so excited to go on this journey with everyone. So I guess for me, beers always symbolise good times for me. So nothing beats that first sip of beer with colleagues after work, or being on a great holiday and having some drinks out there and trying new beers all the time. So for me, that's why I really love beer. And I suppose as time's gone on, I've got really into the taste of beer and independent breweries and that sort of stuff. So that's for me. And I suppose, embarrassingly, for my first beer, it was half a pint of Carling with my old man at the local. But thankfully, my tastes have changed a little bit since then.
Well, that's good, because Carling was the best-selling beer in 2019 in the UK. So you're not alone there, George.
Wow.
Yeah, very good. So Kapil, same question to you then. Why do you like beer, and what was your first?
Well, I don't know if I told you guys, I didn't like beer before.
Okay.
Right. So I grew up drinking like spirits, but in Brazil, for example, I was just starting to drink beer because my dad, my uncles started just giving me sips of beer.
Yeah.
And then when I used to bring beer to my dad, I used to just taste it a little bit and never liked the flavor. It was like very bitter and all this. But then that grew on me. Plus, it started as a cheap drink to drink with everyone, to, like, as George said, like to get around and have a drink after work, or even like in Portugal after coffee, then you drink beer. And then it grew. Then I came to London, started drinking the normal, usual Carling, Foster's, whatever. Then I got introduced to craft beer. So that was a different taste. Yeah. That was it. And that was mainly it.
Yeah. I guess for me, it's really interesting. My first beer was Beck's. I remember my old man pulling me out into the garage. I was going off to a house party, and gave me three bottles of Beck's. And I felt like, the biggest man in the room then. And then I suppose grew up drinking lager. I remember at university we used to have pints for £1.15, so I could go out on a tenner and be quite a good night. And then over the last couple of years, just I suppose got more into real ale. So there was a period a couple of years ago where I just drank real ale, didn't drink any lager at all, and then started to discover things like pale ales, IPAs, my interest just really peaked over the last couple of years. Just trying, like George, different craft breweries and trying to focus on buying local. So I guess that's where it comes from, right? All good.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so Kapil, you mentioned you're from Portugal. Tell us your story.
And Brazil.
Tell us your story.
So I was born in Brazil randomly, because my background is Indian. So I was just, my dad, my mom is from India. I don't know how. Well, my dad got married in India, so then he took my mom, back in the days, arranged marriage. And then he was already in Brazil after moving from Africa, Mozambique. And then I moved to Lisbon when I was 9, because all my uncles used to live in Lisbon.
Yeah.
So being close to family and so on. And then, so then Portugal. Then when I was 18, London. So it's like 9 years in each country. But then it's been longer here. So
this is your home now.
I'm kind of settled. Yeah.
Definitely your home.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. I come back to Brazil or whatever.
Yeah, well, I heard there's a good beer scene in Portugal, right?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Oh, yeah, all good. What about you then, George? Tell us a little bit about you.
To be honest with you, I think I want to talk about why are we doing the podcast, and I think if you want to know more about me, then I guess I think being in lockdown's made it really clear. So I think coming together with my friends and my family to have a beer and discuss the important matters of the day, but probably also the less important matters of the day. I think that's been something that's really clear. That's been really clear. That's something that definitely matters to me. And I suppose for me, I love traveling with my friends and seeing as much of the world, and just embracing as much new things as possible. Really, I think that's the best clue into giving you some information about me. Really.
Yeah, all good. Yeah, well, I suppose for me, so I grew up in Kent, the home of hops, right? So that was all good. And then moved to London, went to university up north. And yeah, I guess London really now is my home, so I don't envision moving away from London. I think it's an amazing city, amazing place to be. I guess when you can get out and about, right? It's been tough for all of us, I think.
Yeah.
4 or 5 weeks. But you're right, it's created new opportunities. So for this podcast, it started, 12 days ago we came up with the idea.
Yeah.
And obviously it's nice to be out there. I spend a little bit of time putting things into action. So yeah, all good.
Yeah, because we already talk about random stuff anyway and beer all the time. So why not?
Yeah, that's true, right? Yeah, right, that's true. So,
and I think when we think about, I don't know why it took us so long, but when we think about last year when we were in Vilnius and we were in the pub that was called Who Hit John, and we were having a great conversation after loads of beers. And I don't know who said it, but somebody said, imagine somebody recorded this conversation we've had for the last 2 hours. So I don't know why it's took us 6-7 months after that, but we're finally in a position to press play, maybe.
I reckon it's probably the amount of beers we've drunk. But Who Hit John was a nice little pub. So if you're ever in Vilnius, Lithuania, make sure you go into, Who Shot John, as we call it, right?
Yeah.
Who Shot John. But they got a good craft beer.
Make sure you
in Lithuania.
And make sure you go there early because then you can get the corner seats.
Yeah.
The red room.
Only about 6 people can sit in them.
The little red room. All good.
Okay, so I guess, guys, I think every week we're going to looking at some new beers that we may have tried, either at home or hopefully in the near future we'll be able to try out and about. But I'm just wondering, for you guys, is there any great beers you've tried this week that we've not talked about before or we've not had before?
Yeah, I'll go, George, because I think I've got a fantastic one. So I worked out when we were looking around at local breweries that I actually have a local brewery that's about 800 meters away from my house, which is pretty amazing. Even though I didn't.
That's local, yeah.
And so these guys, they're called Weird Beard Brew Company. So fits really nicely with our beards and banter motto. And so last week had a little look at their website, took a walk down, and obviously they're closed at the moment due to coronavirus, so you can't go in there and try some. But I ordered 4 beers, so had the opportunity on Friday to try them. And what I can say is that a couple really took my fancy, a couple really didn't take my fancy. There's one called Born of Fire, and if I'm honest, it's a smoky pale ale with Chipotle in, and it wasn't to my taste at all.
And does it with that beer? Does it tell you to eat it with anything, or is it a standalone, or are you supposed to eat it, or is it just you find out?
To be honest, George, I think it's a meal in itself. I didn't need dinner that night after I tried that one. Let's just say that. But what I did like is there one called they had 2 that I liked actually: Mariana Trench and 5 O'Clock Shadow. So they were the 2 that I liked. But my favourite was actually Mariana Trench. So it's a Trans-Pacific Pale Ale. So that sounds quite fancy, right? But I guess what it means is it's got hops from New Zealand and USA. I had to do a little bit of research. It's quite fruity, so flavours of mango and passion fruit, but not that overbearing. Sometimes you can have a fruity drink that's a little bit overbearing. Comes in at 5.3, which is quite a nice beer to be able to have a couple of cans on. I really like the kind of cover of the beer. I guess it's got like a bit of a diver with a skull in the middle, and then hops as eyes. So it's pretty cool design of can.
Was it sort of drink you'd probably just have one of, or is it sort of you could see, having 3 or 4 or 5 of them?
Yeah, to be honest, I only had 2 cans, and I was a bit disappointed because I would have quite liked to have 3 or 4 cans of that. I had to move on to something else. So I reckon that when we have the opportunity to get together, we should definitely get down to the Weird Beard Brew Company and see if we can do a podcast from there. And I definitely want you guys to try this one because...
And I think when we were speaking earlier in the week, you also said that you spoke about the service that you got from the brewery that you ordered it from as well.
Yeah. So actually really funny. I ordered it at 9 p.m. because I was just having a look through Instagram and I saw them pop up and then did a bit of research. And then the next day at 11:30, the brewer actually delivered it in his open top hatchback car, which was which was quite nice. And we had a nice little chat at the door, obviously 2 meters apart. And he just said, "I hope you enjoy it." So really good service from Weird Beer, and definitely a beer. Yeah, definitely a beer I'd drink again. Definitely, I'd like to taste it on tap. Actually, I think it cans nicely, but I think it would be better in a pint. You know, you can always kind of get that sense that yeah, sometimes when they can beer, it tastes better on a pump. So would like to try that. But yeah, all round Weird Beer, really good service from them. Really nice couple of beers. Really not so nice couple of other beers. But they've got a really wide selection. So they've got about 12, 15 on the website. So I think this week what I'll do is just choose another 4, maybe order a couple more of these and get trying in the evenings. So yeah, that's my beer of the week for me. Mariana Trench, a Trans-Pacific Pale Ale. Right. So what about you, Kapil, then?
Well, I tried. I ordered a box from Beer 52 HQ.
Yeah.
And because we were talking about it right before starting the podcast, say where are we going to order beers from? And we found this Beer 52. And then I was bored at home, so I did an unboxing, and you can see on the Instagram motion video. But there was a beer that I left it like to the end. It's called Old Engine Oil. So it's from Scottish brewery, Harviestoun Brewery. And to be honest, that was quite nice because it was, I was having that after work, like on a Thursday evening. And it was a proper chilled out beer. So dark ale color to it, and then a chocolatey flavor. And I was reading about it. It's been around since 2000, the 2K. So it's a 20-year-old beer.
Yeah.
So it's quite impressive. And then I was looking into Untapped, and I saw the ratings, like 50,000 ratings and over like 3.76. So that was a beer that I would definitely try again. I think I don't know if you guys tried it as well, because we ordered I think the same box sometime.
Yeah, I tried the engine oil. What was it? Last Saturday, I think, sitting outside in the sunshine, ice cold. And you know what? It was really interesting because usually a dark ale like that is supposed to be drunk inside on a warm evening in front of the fire. Yeah. But I found it really, when it's really chilled, I found it really refreshing. Almost like a bit of a chocolatey milkshake kind of drink, which I really like. What about you, George? Did you manage to try that one?
I've not had the engine oil yet, but after the way you two have described it, I think it's definitely on my list for this weekend for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And good service from Beer 52, I have to say. So far, I've got a couple of boxes from them. They've been superb and always active on Insta as well, liking our stuff, especially your unboxing, Kapil. I feel like that was probably the highlight of my week.
Yeah, so it was a matching sound, right? The board at home, let's try something whilst having a beer.
Yeah, and I think ordering all the beer, it's like waiting for Father Christmas. And I think we all wake up and we're tracking the deliveries. And I think it's, especially in lockdown, it's one of the few things you can look forward to when you hear the doorbell and you see that box at your doorstep. Definitely a highlight of the week.
Although my wife's not very happy because every time she's on a work call, they seem to ring the doorbell. And and to be fair, there's been a lot of boxes delivered in the last couple of weeks. So yeah, it's been. What about you then, George? So what's your beer of the week? So
yeah, for me it's a beer I've never had before, and it was a pale ale from Wiper and True, which is a brewery in Bristol.
Right.
If I'm really honest, I've never heard of them before, but I suppose that's one of the great things we've enjoyed in this lockdown period is, you know, Matt, you had a brewery on your doorstep. We've got great deliveries from loads of providers, and it was a cracking beer. It was a lovely pale ale at 4%, and it was really light and really refreshing. And I suppose it was definitely one of those beers that was a really nice one to have at lunchtime or in the early afternoon. Really drinkable, really had a little bit of citrus, and it was just really refreshing. And it was one of those beers you could definitely have 6, 7, or 10 of in a row. So it's an absolutely cracking beer. And I suppose, again, we spoke a lot about these individual breweries, and it definitely made me think that if we head down to Bristol, it'd be brilliant to go check it out there. And apparently we've got an absolutely amazing taps room as well, which would be awesome to check out. And if we can get there in this summer, then that would be an absolute winner. And I came across it because I signed up to the subscription from the Beer Bod subscription by Beer Hawks. Nice. And they've got a really nice set of 12 beers that came. The only problem is you only get sent a case every 12 weeks because you're supposed to sample a beer once a week. But I think with us three, that's a bit of a challenge to keep the 12 in a week, to be honest with you. But a really nice set of beers from them, and loads of different ones that I've not seen or tried before, which is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, I really like the design of the wiper and beer. I'm waiting for my beer pods case to come. Caps, I know you did another unboxing of your beer pods delivery. How did that go?
Yeah, that was like that was interesting. It was like a lot of beers to go through, and so I decided not to do the same way. So have like little helpers, and you can see the wiper and through like being the helper one, the elephant, of course.
Yeah,
So
I really like the can design on this one. Actually, it kind of inspires, I don't know, like Sri Lankan vibes on the beach.
Yeah, that's true.
Sitting out there, I guess just watching the elephants stroll down the beach. That's the kind of vibe I get.
That's it, and it was a relaxing beer to have. It was so easy to drink, and the flavors were absolutely brilliant. So those vibes were definitely in play for sure.
Yeah, people usually talk about hoppy and malty, and we're talking about it was relaxing.
Yeah, you just got to say what you feel sometimes, I think.
Great flavors, great flavors. So final thing then is we come on to the rating the beer of the week. So we'll go around each of us and get a rating from you out of 5, because obviously Untapped is on 5. So
Yeah.
So starting with Kapil then. So your old engine oil, what would you give it out of 5?
I guess solid like 3.8, 3.9. I'll say that. Yeah, so it's a good beer to have anytime, to be honest. Yeah.
Strong. What about you, George?
Well, I think it's on our Instagram page already, but I went for a strong 4.1. So the best beer I've sampled since lockdown for sure.
Yeah, 4.1. Well, that's definitely good. Mine, I'd give it a 3.8. I think I'd like to try a little bit more of it. It's also on our Instagram page, so you can check out the picture. Mm-hmm. We've been quite active on taking pictures, haven't we? So I guess what's the story behind the beer pictures? And
quite creative as well.
Yeah, what have we tried to do then, Caps, with the old pictures?
Well, we're trying to not to be the same picture all over Instagram, because we do see other Instagram pages with the same background, same beer. So it's just going to be different, because every beer is different, right? So, and every time you taste a same beer, it does taste differently as well. So you have that kind of difference on the background of the beer.
Yeah, the old atmospheric pressure means that the beer tastes different, right? You always get different beer in different environments, I find.
And like you were saying, Matt, I think just some of the artwork, it's the right thing to do to have some of those photos on there, because the artwork's absolutely brilliant on a lot of these cans.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, and these guys go into, I suppose, a lot of detail in terms of picking out their names and designing their cans.
Design, yeah.
We recognise and support local, right?
Definitely.
Which is super.
Well, everyone, we hope you've enjoyed listening to our first podcast. We've certainly enjoyed making it. And it's something that we're definitely proud of, and we've really looked forward to accomplishing over the last couple of weeks. Next week, we're going to review 3 beers live, and all of those 3 beers are going to be from the Portobello Brewing Company. We've got the Pilsner, the Westway Pale Ale, and we've also got a Tropical Crush. So go check those out on Untapped. Try them if you can before the episode, but we're definitely going to enjoy sampling them together. Caps, what have you got planned for us next episode?
Well, because I've been told that I look like several times like Khal Drogo and then Aquaman. So basically Jason Momoa. Everyone thinks I'm Jason Momoa. And
More
also
than
because I'm
several
proud. Yeah. And because we're proud of our beard as well. So it's like it takes long to maintain it, right? So I think we're going to talk about beards as well to see how we keep it, what's the beard of the week. And that's it, basically. That's because it's hard maintaining a beard, right? So... And not a lot of people like it, but as long as we like it, it's good.
We're going to chat about our favourite beer that we tried that week. So we've obviously talked about the 3 today. We're going to bring that into conversation, and we're going to just talk about, I guess, what's funny and current in the news related to beer, beards, and banter. So just want to say a massive thank you to listening in.
Thank you all.
Yeah, we'll catch you on the next episode, guys. Thanks for joining. Join us next week for more conversations and laughs about beer, beards, and banter. Stay safe.